They kill like sheep. They kill 500 people. They kill by knife.
We are the target of these terrorist Islamic groups. Any one of them are not in their faith, they will be killed.
Help us, please. The government of Canada, they help us. Please, please.
Would you sit down and do nothing, or you would fight to get them free and to help these people? This is a question to the Canadian conscience. ISIS attacked the Kurdish areas, where the Peshmerga, which is the Kurdish fighters, had to withdraw to the back lines, leaving behind many of the Yazidis, many of the Turkmen, many of the Christians in Karakou city and so on to escape. And a lot of them had to escape all through to Singar Mountains, where they are starving, where they are dying slowly. In the first night, only in the first night, over 70 children died from starvation. After ISIS entered Iraq, we can see the massacre that's happening to the people right there. The Yazidi community, many of their women been kidnapped, been raped, been sold in the market like slaves. ميرزا حبيبي ايه اخبارك عامل ايه؟ القسيس ماجد الشافعي ايه اخبارك عامل ايه؟ كلمنا في التليفون
In their villages there are thousands of people are being beheaded in the villages. The women are being raped by 4 or 5 those ISIS militia. They cut the pregnant woman's stomach and they cut the baby in half in front of the mother's eyes. When our government is going to take an action, if now it's not the time, when is going to be the time?
I'm not Yazidi myself, but we are as an international community, we are as human beings, we have to stand beside them. That's long story short. We witnessed the genocide in Rwanda. We witnessed the Holocaust. We witnessed Darfur. We witnessed the genocide in Bosnia. And this is another genocide that's taking place. And I hope it will not be too late until the world do something to stop it.
They're beyond just a terrorist group. They marry ideology, a sophistication of strategic and tactical military prowess. They are tremendously well funded. Oh, this is beyond anything that we've seen. So we must prepare for everything. And the only way you do that is you take a cold, steely, hard look at it and get ready.
My uncles, they left their houses, their house. My cousin, they left their house. Everybody left their villages just because those terrorists, they came to them and to kill them, just to kill them.
The needs are absolutely massive right now. We've had 1.2 million people displaced in this country since January, hundreds of thousands just in the last few weeks alone. So in the next 10 days, we're going to be bringing in some 2,500 tons of aid, sending it out to those in need. And again, they are in need because we see it every day. People who are living in churches, mosques, by the side of the road, in schools.
5,000 people now has died in mountains because no water, no food, no clothes.
We call upon our Honorable Prime Minister Stephen Harper and our Honorable Canadian government to take an immediate action, to go intervene in the situation, to send peacekeeping forces to save those innocent people.
And that is why Canadian military aircraft will be flying to Kurdistan, will be flying to Erbil soon to help our partners and allies join the fight against ISIS.
Today we see how urgent the need is to continue our action, to continue our leadership, because the Yazidis are facing genocide, because Christians continue to be abused and persecuted and killed, because all of those who are hostile to the ideology, the extreme nihilistic ideology of the Islamic State in Iraq and Syria, are facing hardship, injury, and loss of life.
It's incredible what's happening. This is a disgraceful situation that's happening. We've offered aid, certainly financial aid and support. We're working with our allies to work on this. No religious minority in the world should ever have to put up with what is happening in Iraq today, and all Canadians stand with this community.
Syria, Lebanon, Egypt are currently suffering. They are persecuted in every sense of the word. Killing, displacement, rape, and genocide are now common descriptive words for the Middle East. Whether sectarian or arguments because of religion, nationality, or race, it's a relentless war waged by soldiers and servants of the dark evil on humanity and on both moral and spiritual values. I know, Canadian government, they are doing all the best, but we need more. We ask strongly from the Canadian and American governments and all world leaders as follows. First, massive air strikes to be carried out by the United States Air Force and bomb strongholds of ISIS in the Nineveh Plain and restore all displaced Christians and Yazidis, Turkmen, Shabak, and all displaced persons into place immediately. Village by village, ensure that ISIS is gone to allow people to return to their homes without fear.
The whole international community is standing together to say this must stop, to ensure humanitarian assistance arrives in much greater quantities, and to ensure that military action is taken under Iraqi leadership, but with support from an increasing number of countries, to make sure that ISIS goes no further. Canada will be part of that. helping other countries deliver their military hardware and military assets using the great men and women of the Royal Canadian Air Force. We are proud of that contribution to date. We're proud of our humanitarian record, but we know that this is not over, that this is a horrendous, acute humanitarian emergency, and we will continue to be focused on this issue and to be taking action as and where we can.
We want UN save us, save our children, our girls, our religion. You understand?
What can we do to show the example of how we live in this country to others? To show that this example works.
Para mostrarte que esto funciona.
That by celebrating our diversity,
Que celebrando nuestras diversidades
our pluralism,
y nuestro pluralismo
our different backgrounds,
y nuestros diferentes trasfondos,
the strength of our faith,
la fortaleza de vuestra fe,
we are making our country stronger and we are making this world stronger.
Mark Adler is one of the MPs, but there is another MP as well, which is Brad Butt. He's coming with me to Kurdistan.
Stephen Harper has said, yes, $5 million. Yes, we're sending over plane loads of supplies. If we need to send more, we will. And we'll continue to assess and monitor the situation on the ground. And if more is needed, then our government will certainly step up.
All the world actually should be all united against this terrorist organization, because any day can come to Canada, to United States or Europe. They saying our flag will be waving under the White House. So that means the target is everywhere in the world.
We stand in front of you today because we cannot remain silent. Our world is unjust place, is unfair place, not because the people did evil, but because the people who remain silent about it. Imagine if this is your daughter. Imagine if this is your son. Imagine if this is your mother. Imagine if this is your wife. What would you do? Would you sit down and do nothing? Or you would fight to get them free and to help these people?
Our objective is clear. We will degrade and ultimately destroy ISIL through a comprehensive and sustained counterterrorism strategy. First, we will conduct a systematic campaign of airstrikes against these terrorists. Working with the Iraqi government, we will expand our efforts beyond protecting our own people and humanitarian missions so that we're hitting ISIL targets as Iraqi forces go on offense. Moreover, I've made it clear that we will hunt down terrorists who threaten our country wherever they are.
The violence, really just unspeakable barbarism that is occurring now across a vast territory, the desire to essentially commit genocide against any group of people in the region who are different. And these are shocking developments, and I agree with President Obama and others that they cannot go unchecked.
Our delegation just arrived right now to investigate the situation on the ground, to help the people on the ground. It's a very dangerous situation, but our delegation is willing to take on the challenge, and we're willing even to be in the front lines for the sake of the people that they're suffering right now. During the past history, so far I'm saying that we have suffered from genocide for 72 times. The only difference between this and the other times is that this time everybody, the international community, has known, or it was well known to them, that there is a genocide in Geneva. If you just now go to Sinjar and to the areas of the Sinjar, you cannot go there because of the smell. Even from Sinjar mountain, you can smell the bodies of the who are left in the area.
There is no future in Middle East. This is thousands of years. This is going to Yazidiyam. We want from Europe, America, any place to save these people.
We're here to help support the work of One Free World and Reverend Majid Al-Shafi, and again, we're pleased to be here. Thank you for your hospitality and your invite.
Canada and the world are watching very closely what is happening in this region, and many people are concerned. We know there is much aid and support coming from Canada and other countries, and we are here to take a closer look at the depth of the problem so that we can go back to our government and tell them what we saw and encourage them and give them suggestions as to what more we can do.
Why do you think ISIS want to kill you and your community? They want to cut our religion or to attack religion, not only our Yazidi religion. They did it with the Christians, they did it with the Muslims. They are not human beings, they are terrorists. This is Mosul Dam. And that's where ISIS controlled for many days. And there was a strong battle taking place here between the Peshmerga and ISIS, and they regained the control over the dam with the help of the American strikes.
I don't care if you're Yazidi or Christian or Muslim. We're all the same, we're all Kurds.
And you're a soldier of all Kurdistan.
Exactly.
Now, what will happen if you came face to face with the ISIS guys? What would you do?
I will defend my country. If I have to kill them.
Why you need more arms and weapons? Isn't the weapon that you have is not good enough, or it's not new enough?
It's not enough, it's not new enough, it's not powerful enough to defend us from this kind of terrorists, because the ammo that they have captured from Mosul and other places in the countries that are supporting them, they have good ammunition, they have good weapons.
Is all the trouble that happened to your nation made you stronger?
Yes, of course.
Are you determined to have a Kurdistan as a country and a nation?
Yes.
Independent country?
Yes.
That's
what we are doing it for. That's our dream.
Sad and how tragic it is that we must gather to commemorate things that are going on even as we speak.
Y empecé a pensar cuán triste es y cuán difícil es que tengamos que reunirnos para conmemorar cosas tan difíciles como las que están sucediendo aún mientras estamos aquí sentados y hablando.
And even after all the promises of never again,
y aún después de todas las promesas que han hecho los gobiernos de que nunca van a volver a suceder estas cosas,
still it happens again,
aún vuelve y sucede,
and again,
y sucede,
and again.
y sucede.